got the whole thing going on with like 38spesh versus Jadakiss. They said that, well, I heard 38spesh put up 500,000. Jadakiss haven't responded, so it looks like Jadakiss forfeited the battle because when you get called out, you're supposed to accept the challenge, especially if the dude putting his money up and he's calling you out for your title. Y'all trying to make it seem like, well, 38spesh is not qualified or he can't come to Jada. And I don't know if Jim Jones made a song trying to diss 38spesh, but New York City always felt a prideful way towards upstate New York, even in politics, not just the music. The politicians in New York City, they look at New York State like a whole different country. I keep on telling y'all, they had a bill they was trying to pass where New York City wanted to be separate from New York State. So this is in the politics. It's not just music. Yeah, this is dealing with politics too. Like all the record labels is in New York City. So when people trying to do music as an artist and get on and get established, they gotta go to New York City. They gotta perform down there, do shows, meet with the labels, talk with executives to get like their career move further, I guess. You could do it independently. You just won't be in the places where it's like you can reach more people. They can get you in certain places on certain lineups and performances. That's what the labels do. Independently, you can spend your own money. You know what I'm saying? You got to do everything on your own. You got to learn everything. It's not that hard. You just get with a promoter, but you got to pay to open up for people, and I don't think it's really worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Unless you feel like, man, I know I'm going to be successful. Look, it's not about showcasing your talent and performing and all that. You got people that never perform, but they got hit records that reach millions of views. It's about marketing and advertising. So this is what the labels do. They market and advertise. And a lot of artists or people that make music, they think it's about the lyrics, they think it's about the beat, they think it's about the video, the quality of the song. Some of that stuff could matter. But you could take people that don't have none of that stuff. They can have no good lyrics, no good quality, and you know what I'm saying? They just market it and promote it right. Might not hear them on the radio, but they hit millions of views. They're touring, and you got people doing reactions off their song and stuff. Like on TikTok, you got the advertising, so that's how an artist is blowing up. You don't need a label. So this is why 38spesh was telling Jadakiss that, well, Jadakiss is not a boss. He still works for the record labels. 38spesh is independent. So this is like it's a challenge. 38spesh is challenging him to say, well, it's just like a boxing match. Like Adrian Broner challenged Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather got a lot of legal issues right now. So he said this would be good to help Floyd Mayweather if they fight for a certain amount of millions, and Floyd could take the money and use it for whatever issues he got. But Adrian Broner, I don't think they in the same weight class, so I don't know. But it's just like any other sport where you can set up your, like, it's not ran by like basketball and football where you got a league and they got to play certain teams. The hip-hop sport, or hip-hop as a sport, and boxing is a little different. Boxing, sometimes you can jump up weight classes. You know what I'm saying? You might have a middleweight fighting a lightweight, or a heavyweight fighting a middleweight. Like if the like, you get what I'm saying? If the middleweight got the champ, he's the championship for the middleweight, he might fight a heavyweight. Or a lightweight got the champ, he might fight a middleweight. York City, when it comes to like artists and stuff, they show a lot of favoritism to artists that's from New York City. The dudes from upstate New York, they try to make it seem like they gotta work twice as hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta work twice as hard, but they feel like, well, why should we support you? But we got millions of other dudes out here trying to get on. And that's the main reason why. Too much artists in one area is you overcrowding the market. So now it's gonna be a higher demand for people upstate. This is why Benny the Butcher and them was able to come out and make so much of a big impact, because upstate New York artists wasn't getting really support like that. So when they start touching mainstream markets, when they did their deal with Eminem, he was supposed to give them 10%, but Westside Gunn took all the money and he didn't give Benny the Butcher and Conway 10%. He basically robbed them. And that was like, they built their own little record label, independent, and signed a deal, and they could have went out and put all other artists on, but they got stuck in the contract. That's why they broke up. Yeah, this led to their breakup. There's always money dealing with the labels and stuff like that lead to these groups breaking up and stuff like that, because the label to give one artist all of the money for the deal, and he's supposed to split it with the other artists, but he will take it and won't even give it to him. And when I say a deal, it might be for like 3 albums. It's not for like 10 years, or it's not like a 360 deal. Like Lil Wayne was in a like one of them type of 360 deals, because when they were signed to Universal, right? But he started Young Money, but Birdman started Cash Money, and then Drake and Nicki Minaj, they was under Young Money, and putting the records out through Cash Money through Universal. So they wasn't getting paid nothing for all Drake's first 5 albums. He didn't get paid nothing. Birdman and Lil Wayne split the money, and Lil Wayne had to sue Birdman because Birdman wasn't giving Lil Wayne his cut or something like that. And remember, it was like a long battle, and everybody was like, yeah, Rick Ross started making songs about Birdman saying to pay him his money and all this stuff. I think Jay-Z was talking about signing Lil Wayne, or Jay-Z might have did something with Lil Wayne, and Birdman paid him. He paid him. Yeah, but it took a long time, and that's what helped like Nicki and Drake start like a new career, basically, because they didn't get nothing. All Drake's first 5 albums, he didn't make nothing off of that. It was like putting out mixtapes, and he got a lot of recognition on them. So that's what he got. He got recognition, and he built his name up off of them albums that he made. Like, I don't know the names of them, but his first 5 albums was all under like Cash Money and Young Money and all of them. He started OVO later, right? So if y'all follow the hip hop, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know all the details. I'm just giving you as much details as I can remember that you can go look up. But this, like, Jadakiss is under one of them type of deals, like how I just explained with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj and Drake, when they was all on under Universal, Cash Money, and then Lil Wayne had Young Money, Birdman had Cash Money. This is the same thing that Jadakiss is under, and 38spesh is saying he's independent. He do everything on his own. He spend his own money. So you can go through Universal and have them distribute your music, or you can get it like a DistroKid. I use United Masters. You can go on TuneCore, and they'll put all your music out through iTunes and all that, and they take a certain percentage. Now, that's what independent is. Or you can try to make your own app, or you can put your music out on YouTube, stream it for free. and try to sell albums, and it's different ways you could go about it. You don't have to put it out through the publishing the platforms. You, but copywriting it and all that, you gotta know what you're doing, because you don't want to just keep putting out music and it's not copyrighted. So this is the business. People like to make music, especially making music for God and praising music. You ain't even worrying about politics or business. You're just worrying about, let me sing to God, and then let me send it to people so they can hear it and they can sing and praise, and it boosts their spirit up and boosts their faith up. Maybe it'll plant a seed and make them want to, inspire others to sing to God, or they might want to sing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what all you're thinking about when you're making worship music. But it's a lot more than that. You can't just put it out like that. That's what I started doing. You might come into more problems just doing it like that, even though you're just doing it sincerely from the heart, out of love. It's not about money. It's not about views. It's not about selling music. You might put out some songs like you're using free beats, and let's say one of them songs hit like 100 million views. Whoever made that beat might want to come after you, even though you ain't making no money off of it. He feel like his beat is getting recognized by hundreds of millions of people, and he want to capitalize off it because he copyrighted that beat. So now he comes to you saying, hey, you didn't reach the 100 million people with this song. This is my beat, and you if you're gonna keep playing it, you gotta pay me for you know what I'm saying. Or they could say, don't play it no more. I don't know. They could put a copyright on your song. You done heard about the songs like you do a Michael Jackson or Jay-Z record, and they can't clear the beat, so you can't sell it on iTunes. The only way you can sell an Aaliyah record or any one of these songs, Usher, or any one of these songs on iTunes, if they clear it. This is why the dude Aaron Cole, he was so happy when they cleared Usher cleared that beat, Usher in the Spirit form. This is why he started doing a challenge and having everybody else get on it. Because if you rap on that Usher beat, man, automatic copyright. But when Usher cleared it, he gave him the permission to use it. And I don't know if they got a split where he giving Usher something, or he got full permission to just use it and sell it and monetize it. It probably wouldn't go to Usher because Usher didn't make that beat. It would go to the person who made the beat. My whole life, y'all, I always looked at the artists like they was the head person of the whole group, the whole company. Like they had more control over everything. But the artists don't be having that much control. They might get an award, they might get some money from publishing and stuff like that. But the people who wrote the lyrics to the song, because a lot of these people who sing their songs don't even write their lyrics. They getting a cut. People who produce the beat get a cut. Sometimes the engineer who recorded it get a cut. People who shoot videos. So the artist is doing all this stuff, but he got to split everything with someone. Unless you record yourself, you make your own beats, you shoot your own videos, and this is what a lot of people learning and starting to do, because you save a lot more, and you learn. This is what I'll probably be in school for, hopefully, in a few weeks, Lord willing. Communications and media. So I think I'll be learning how to shoot video with the photographer and hooking up the camera and all that type of stuff. I think that's what this class is going to be about. push your topics. The whole Nolan Wells thing is a ritual, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. This is a sacrifice, and I think that dude Bart, this is like his sacrifice that he's gonna use to make it to the NFL. Because if you notice, like a lot of like sports players and basketball players, when they make it into like the professional leagues, sometimes some of these dudes' family members or their best friends be dying and stuff, and sometimes they be murdering people to get into the league. Like I don't say to get into the league, but it's like, I guess it's just something that the people that's in a little group that's in their sorority or fraternity, they know what happened, because it was like, could have been a hazing ritual, and whatever rituals they got in these fraternities, they do these things, and it happens at a lot of colleges and stuff, and the police will come and just make it look like they got drunk, but no, they was playing a game, and it was a part of some ritual they had to do for their fraternity or sorority. They be making the athletes jump up in the air and fall on the ground and stuff like that without breaking their bones. If you go on the sister Melissa Blair and Lala Jenkins, see, they don't get a lot of views like that no more. But when I first started shouting them out, they was getting a lot of views, like hundreds of thousands of views, because they exposed all of these sororities and fraternities that people join, and they expose all the rituals. This sister got the whole ritual book, so she's bringing other people that was in a fraternity, they renouncing it and stuff like that, because they came to Christ. So that's something that y'all can look at, and it could be used as evidence, because if you know what college they went to, you can look it up and find out what fraternities is at that college, and then it should not be hard to find out if these people join fraternities, because they'll come out and they'll have it documented for that whole group and other groups to know, probably. This is why they started finding out, like Martin Luther King was in one of them fraternities. Farrakhan is in a fraternity. Benjamin Crump is a Prince Hall Freemason. Al Sharpton probably too. So when you see a lawyer that's in a fraternity, and the little young dudes at the Nolan Wells stuff, they probably was all in fraternities, and they had to do their ritual. This is a ritualistic killing. It was premeditated, because they knew they had to do these rituals for their fraternity. They do it every year. You know what I'm saying? Like at Vassar College, the girls take off all their shirts, girls and men. At the end of the year, when they graduate in June, they take off their shirts, they take off all their clothes, and they run around the campus naked. All the college is like a big pack of groups. I'll say like a few years, like maybe a little bit over 5 years ago, I was working doing DoorDash. And when I used to do DoorDash, I used to get orders there. And that's a ritual. Now, there's other things they probably do that's more demonic and darker than that, like orgies and stuff. What else are y'all doing running around naked? Where y'all going? You know what I'm saying? So, and then listening to Melissa Blair and Lala Jenkins, they'll tell you about when they were in these sororities, they had to stay in a hotel with like 28 women and stuff, or sometimes they would stay in a house or apartment, and they would all have to sleep in the same room. It'd be like 40 or 50 of them. Pass the egg yolk around in their mouth and all type of stuff like that. They got secret handshakes, passwords, and code words and stuff like that. And the stuff, like, it might seem like, yo, man, this is some Harry Potter type of stuff. It's not real. I don't believe in it. It don't matter if you don't believe in it. This is how the people operate in society. The judges are all in this stuff. The police officers, that's why they be pulling up their pants, going like this, standing a certain way and stuff like that. The rappers, that's why you see LL Cool J with one of his pant legs up LL Cool J used to always take pictures with his pant legs up and stuff like that. That's a sign. They speak in signs and symbols. I don't know what it means. I know it's one of their signs though. I might be wrong, but I think it means like he's on a certain level degree. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a 31st or 32nd degree Freemason or something like that. Because I don't know if LL joined like one of the school like Kappa, he could have been, but I think he probably was joined the Freemasons. Prince Hall. The Nation of Islam, they was calling a white man from New Zealand their Messiah. Far Muhammad, he didn't come from Saudi Arabia. He came from New Zealand. That's where he was born at. They told y'all he was Saudi Arabian and stuff. Fard Muhammad or Wali Fard, Wallace Fard, whatever y'all want to call him. Busta Rhymes and Rick Ross made a song about him called Master Fard. They call another man Master. And he was from New Zealand, and he was a white boy. He wasn't Arabian. He didn't even speak Arabic. He probably spoke a couple different languages. He learned all that stuff in New Zealand, probably in some seminary school or something like that. He came over here, and then that's where Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam founded. He was teaching Elijah Muhammad, and then Elijah Muhammad came and started getting in masonry. And that's where I think they started their like initiations into the Prince Hall Masons. I think Elijah Muhammad made a book called The 96 Degrees of Masonry or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, that's all a part of the system. It's not saying we want reparations for what the system done to us. It's saying, well, we'll still be a part of the system. Just let us open up our lodges and call them mosques. That's really a Masonic lodge, them mosques. That's why a lot of them leaders in them groups, they work for the FBI. They all been infiltrated. So you're better off alone, like Christ was alone most of the time. He taught the apostles, but he disappeared 18 years. Nobody even knew nothing about him. They didn't see him, they didn't hear nothing. And we just heard about him when he was like, he came when he 30 years old or something like that, right? 33 or something. So when he was 12 years old, he was doing miracles. Then he disappeared and came back. And I think it was 30 to 33 for 3 years. Or maybe, yeah. It might have been 30 to 33, but you can go look into it. But he was most of the time alone in the wilderness, fasting for 40 days. Taught the disciples and trained them. It was a few years. It's like going to college, or going from high school into college or whatever. You get 2, 3, 4 years. We'll see if these clothes is done. I've only been live for 24 minutes, so I think like, let me just go check them. Right here, so I can see through the window. Yeah, I might. Oh, they still spinning. 6 minutes. Yeah, man, these people have damaged my car. And I was trying to touch the wire because I don't know why, but I touched the wire on that battery. I don't know if it was because I had to jump it one day because I like I was sitting in it probably too long. I don't know what happened. I touched that wire, and I think it's not all the way on there, so that thing got to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? I got to take the whole screw off and try to and push it all the way in. So when I put it on, it's like it's on the battery thing. You know what I'm saying? Because right now it's not even really all the way on there. It's like hanging off. You could stick a nail through there. I had a nail. I put a screw through there and I screwed it all the way in. I done screwed through the battery and everything. So I got them little things that you put around there. I'm gonna put one of them things around there. Hopefully that help it. And you know what I'm saying? That's all I can think of. Yeah, I got a package of them little pieces that you put around your battery. Before it get dark, hopefully I could try to do a little bit more work on it. And by tomorrow, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to either post it up privately and see if I can sell it. I told my mom I probably could get $4,000 for it from somebody that's generous, that don't care about the problems. They got money, they know they gonna fix it, and they just want to look out for somebody that may, have to get another car. Some people is like that. They pay $4,000. It's rare, but sometimes you come across people like that. Be honest and tell them everything that's wrong with it. It ain't really too much wrong with it though. Besides me going to Valvoline, and I think they didn't put enough oil in there, and now it's loud when I start it. When you start driving it, it's like it gives a loud sound when you driving it to get up to like 30 miles per hour. But after that, it's good. But I think they damaged the engine a little. But you can get it. The person, whoever buy it, can get it checked out. But that's small stuff, man. People that got money and they can put a new engine. They can do whatever they want with their car. It'll probably go another 200,000-300,000. I've got it and put like a good 100,000, almost 150 in 3 years. So yeah, it was like a little bit over 100,000 when I got it. It's like a little bit over 200,000. So I put like almost 150 on it. In 3 years, that's good. I want to get something more cheaper on gas. That's another thing. As soon as this war started, when the gas prices started going up, I started thinking about I don't want the car no more because it's a V6. You know what I'm saying? So the gas prices going up and down. Now they're $3.97. Some places is $4.20 and stuff like that. So before all this stuff started, it was like what, $3.50 or something like that. It ain't that bad, but depending on the job you work, man, gas could be. It's like a bill now. Yeah. Used to be able to put like 15, maybe 20 in there and be good. Now you might not even get a half tank depending where you get gas with. Definitely not with 15. With 20, it depends. This car will take a lot to fill up too. Sometimes it could take 60, 70. Sometimes it could take 80, 90. That's a lot of money, man. When I had my old car, I had a car like that. You see that Honda right there? I had a gray one like that. But sometimes them Hondas, the CRVs, they could give you a lot of problems. They need a little mechanic work sometimes, a lot done too. You just gotta find a mechanic that you trust. That's how I am. The place wherever I buy the car, that's where I want to get the work done. I don't want to take it nowhere else. Because if anything go wrong, I want to have the person that been working on it kind of like reason with me, or like, give me affordable, you know what I'm saying? because you're the only one I'm dealing with, and I'm only driving to work or whatever I'm doing. So it's either you ain't fixing something right, or maybe it could be me. But you know what I'm saying? Some people is like that. They know, they'll be honest if they know that they could have made a mistake, or you know what I'm saying? They'll work with you. Alright, if you get the part, I'll do the work for half price. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Give you a flat rate. Don't try to be all. But people with like mechanics gotta pay their rent, so they use their business as a way to make either enough money to pay rent or a little extra money, depending on how, you know, their days worked out, man. That's what goes on. This bag heavy. It's about to be heavy with all these clothes. Hopefully they dry. It should be it. I know I got one pair of boxers in here. I don't know whose boxers these is. I just been wearing these. They're not mine, but I had them for a long time. Yeah, man, I ain't showered 3 days. Well, I showered yesterday. I haven't done my laundry in 3 days. I had to do my laundry. I be running out of washcloths and boxers, and I can use a few more pair of jeans. But I'm working on taking care of everything, man. This car is like kind of like giving a lot of problems more than normal. Got to get tires on it. And now this issue that just came up. I don't think it's that bad with the what they did at Valvoline, but I think it's worth bringing to the attention of corporate and having them look into it. Now, of course, they're gonna back their company up and try to say, make it look like it's probably my fault, but the most I could do is get it checked by Honda and get a diagnosis, and then if they say, yeah, it's something wrong with the engine. Now, if they never told me it was nothing wrong with the engine before, or if I never had these problems before, but they just came out of nowhere, man, it's a lot going through this whole, I don't trust the whole system going through the courts, because I feel like you could bring all the evidence and still lose. I did it before when a dude damaged my car when it was leaking. I paid him over $1,000, and it didn't get fixed. It was still leaking. I took him to court and brought all the evidence. I went to Honda and got a diagnostic and paid like almost $200. My dad helped me out, and after getting everything looked at, everything that he fixed, every new part that he brought was the places where it was leaking. Honda didn't see none of the work he did. Brought all that to court, and the judge still ruled in his favor. So this is why this stuff bothers me, with the whole Nolan Wells and the injustice and the corruption and these people lying. It's just like not good, man, because I've been through it. This would make me feel like that was in Hyde Park. What happened with Al's garage? This is in Poughkeepsie with Valvoline. Maybe a different judge. You might have a different opportunity to win. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be that discouraged, because it's me that got to pay for everything and worry about getting a new car and all this stuff. They did the damage, so the least that can happen is, hey, check into the camera, show me the camera, prove that y'all put the right amount of quartz in here. You know what I'm saying? Valvoline should go back to taking out the quartz and putting them in our cars and emptying the quartz and showing us that they're putting 4 quartz in. Because that little gun that they use, we don't know what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they got to update their policies.
So maybe my little court case could bring something big about. You know what I'm saying? I just got to take it to court and sue. It ain't about winning. It's about the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Because they could be damaging hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people's cars every day, all across America. So, yeah, this could be a big problem that's getting overlooked. So, it ain't about always winning. Principle. Because listen, y'all, I done went 6 months. When I was homeless and sleeping in my car for 2 months, I done went 6 months without getting oil changes. Almost a whole year without getting oil changes. Never had these problems where my car would just start making a whole bunch of noise. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to kind of accuse them, but they're the only person that did my oil change. So if I'm having problems with my car where it's sounding all loud, and then something tells me check your dipstick, maybe you're out of oil. I check the dipstick, it's completely empty. I just got an oil change before July 4th. Oil change sometimes lasts you 3 months. It hasn't even been a month. So they did something wrong, and the only thing that is obvious is they didn't put enough oil or something like that. So I had a quart of oil in my car. I brought 2 more from AutoZone. So, and like, once I found out, because it was like running loud for like 2 days before I decided like, well, let me check the oil. And once I checked the oil, I found out what was wrong. So now, just gotta figure out a way that I can just document as much stuff as I could and just bring it into court. Hopefully this is a different judge and they look into this more serious instead of like, because some judges are being fraternities and stuff like that. And I think Al's Garage, he's in a fraternity because like when I looked at his car, he had like a whole bunch of stickers on his car for like PBA, like I don't know if that's probation or police something academy. I don't know what PBA stands for in New York State. You can look it up. So Al's Garage in Hyde Park, he got 2 mechanic shops. He has all these stickers on his car. So he's connected. The judge even told me, hey, I'm a friend of Al's Garage. So if you want to recuse me off the case and have a different judge, you can do that. And I said, yeah, go ahead. Because I'm thinking, well, if you know him, maybe you might just be biased and rule in his favor. So if he knows him, maybe the other judge know him too. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just all corrupted, man. Just gotta look into what can you do when they rule in your favor. You can appeal that stuff, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I think I could have appealed it. It's a civil case. So, but I was just frustrated and going through like having to get another car because of that, and you know what I'm saying? It drains you. All that stuff, it drains you, man. This is why having sometimes representation or a legal team is good. I don't know if you can do that in small claims court. I don't know if you can use a lawyer. I don't know. I think you have to represent yourself. It's just you versus the person. I don't know if you can get representation. I'm gonna look into it. Because if I could, it might be better because they can talk the language and work things out. You know what I'm saying? I wish our insurance companies handle stuff like this, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd be way better if you can just call your insurance company, your car insurance company, when you get damage done on your car, and they take it up with the people and find out stuff and investigate, like they do when you get if an accident happens. Because it go all into the system. They put the miles into their computer and all of that at Valvoline. So if y'all scanning stuff and putting all this stuff, well, you should know that the last time I came here, there wasn't no loud noises on my car. When I started, it wasn't loud. Y'all got cameras, right? But them cameras got audio on them. Can y'all hear the cars after y'all do the oil change and start it up? So, you know what I'm saying? could tell them, man, bring all that into court, you know, for the what is it called? Discovery. That's evidence. Bring the video up when y'all put the oil in there and all that. Because you'll call Valvoline and they're supposed to have a manager show you the video, but sometimes they won't call you. The manager won't call you. The corporate will call the manager and tell them, but the manager won't call you. So it's a hassle going through stuff because they know they're in the wrong, so they don't want to always admit, especially if it's like the manager could be corrupt and telling the workers to do this stuff. So they definitely don't want to show you the camera. I don't know if it's that deep. I hope it's not that deep. It could have been just like July 4th coming up, them dudes was prideful, and they felt like, yo, watch me put less oil in this dude's car, and we gonna mess it up, and we gonna see him riding around town, or he ain't gonna have his car soon. And they just joked and laughed about it like it was good, doing something evil. But when y'all get taken to court and they start seeing, well, who did my oil change, and y'all get questioned, and they look into all the oil changes y'all did and how many complaints y'all got. And if I start throwing this stuff up on Facebook, man, it'll get dealt with sooner or later. Dang, this is a big ass spider. This is like one of these Home Alone spiders. You seen the Home Alone movie? He moving around like the Home Alone spider. Look. He moving around like the Home Alone spider. Look how big he is. I should have killed him. If he come back out, I'm gonna get him. That spider. Here. My mom should be back soon. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go back and do some work on this car, y'all. It cut off on me yesterday, and when I tried to, when I looked and tried to like look into the reason why it cut off yesterday, it's the cord that goes around the battery that you put on the battery. I'm not able to screw it in all the way and have it like all the way around that metal piece. So it's like, it's not charging an alternator or something like that, right? It could be I need a whole new piece, or I just gotta try to fix it. I don't know, man. I might have messed it up. I don't know what's going on. But it was already like, it wasn't on there, right? The dude had put it like some type of, not a nail, but like a little metal piece in there to hold it in. And it was so tacky. I'm like, man, you ain't got no mechanical stuff that you can use to fix this. You can't, you a mechanic, bro. You can't push it in the right way or screw it in and have it like where it's not all tacky looking, man. I'm paying you all this money to fix the car, but you only want to say that stuff to create no problems with them. But talking about don't touch it and stuff like that, man. I want to see if it's on there right. You talking about don't touch it. You just supposed to fix it. You saying it like it's broke still. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. That's the type of person you don't want to take your car to. You take it to the Honda dealer, to the white people, sad to say this, they gonna tell you to test it and make sure it works. Because if it don't, you bring it right back and they gonna fix it. You talking about some don't touch it. But they gonna charge you double the price, maybe triple than you're gonna pay from somebody that's got their little own shop or whatever. through. If not, I guess I'll be changing outside. I think they got a bathroom. So I'm in the process of thinking about, do I want to try to sell this car or just keep it? I don't want to do the winter anyway. Even if I could fix it, hopefully, Lord willing, I could fix it. Because I think I see the problem. So if I could fix it and get it working right, I'd keep it for a little while longer. But this car bad through the winter. You gotta get the tie rod fixed. That's probably not even a lot of money. You just gotta find the right person. You just gotta have the money, that's all. Everything costs. Debt like crazy. Trying to work every day, but ain't really making nothing to get nowhere, man. That's what I said. Man, forget all that. I'm going back to school. Yeah, I'll wait a half a year and get my loans or whatever I can get from there. Hopefully I do good and pass so I can continue to go get my associates, but I do got maybe almost 15 credits. If I do like a year, I'll probably have my associates. Maybe 2 semesters I can get my associates. Then from there, start going to get the next degree and 4-year college or whatever I'm gonna do, man. I don't know about this DoorDash and Walmart Spark. This shit ain't really adding up for me like that. Some days it's good, some days it's not. The bills pile up too much, man. I got too much bills, man. I got credit cards, a whole bunch of debts. I got a credit line with PayPal, 2 credit cards. I'm like 3,000 in debt right now, man. Try to get some money to get out of debt, put you right back further in debt. Still hold cash out. Yeah, still hold cash out. Paid on my car insurance. Pay this P.O. box in like a few days before they shut it down. It's always when all these bills start piling up and your car break down and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But all glory to God, man. Could be worse. Could be worse. Cars don't last forever. They go through problems. I think this is just something small though. Besides what they did with the oil, I think it's just small, but why it cut off last night. I'm on the way home, man. I'm like 2 minutes from home, and these cars, there was 2 cars in front of me. And there was just the one in front of the one in front of me. He just started slowing down, going slower than the speed limit. I said, man, I started noticing my lights start cutting off. All the lights start coming. I said, man, I'm about to hurry up and get home. Had to hurry up and pass them, cut in front of them and stuff like that. And as soon as I got in the parking lot where I stay at, the car cuts off. I gotta pull out the jumper cables. The car behind me trying to come in. Hurry up, jump it, and then before I can even park, I try to reverse. It's not reversing. So I didn't know what it was until I checked this morning. It was the cord that goes around the battery. It was loose. So I try to tighten it and stuff. I jump it. It starts for a little, and then it keeps cutting off. I know it's not the alternator because I just got an alternator put on and a new battery like less than 6 months ago. It's not the alternator. It's not the battery. I think it's the cord that goes on the battery. I messed it up. Yeah, I messed it up. I start hitting it with this little metal piece, because that's what I seen the dude do when he put that little nail in there. It's so tacky, man. But what can I do? I should put it like a t-shirt on. Let me see if they got it. What's out of order? Yeah, I can go outside. Let me hold on. Let me text my mom real quick. Hold on. I ain't walking on down there. That's like 20 minutes. Oh man, it's not that bad, but I'm not walking all the way down there with this. I'm gonna sit right back here on this stuff. And I'm gonna change right here in this corner behind this store somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could go right behind this wall and change. Oh. I could put this shirt on first. Boom. I got the boxes on or nothing, bro. Been like this for the past couple days, man. Struggle been real. Hold on. I know I had a warrant, man. This girl used to mess with. This girl I used to mess with out there. I used to live with her and everything, and we had a little back and forth. So I guess she must have went to the cops and told them she wanted to do a restraining order, probably. So, but like down there in Connecticut, when a girl do a restraining order against you, they put a warrant out. They didn't like that in New York. In New York, they might come and get your side of the story or whatever, and they might just warn you to stay away from her or something like that. But if they got like evidence and it's showing that, well, you really did something to her, then they might have a judge get involved and then they'll put a restraining order. But like, I don't think they put out warrants for your arrest just for like, they take domestic disputes real, and that stuff make me look at like dating and women that I choose to even be friends with, because you have a fallout or dispute with a woman, and now all of a sudden she's, telling the cops that something went wrong between y'all. You might not even put your hands on her. You might have said something to her, and it's just like that can lead to, you know what I'm saying? It could lead to issues, man. See,
You gotta be wise. Gotta be real wise, man. Man, I don't know if I should put these on. I might just wait. I might just wait. There's a porta potty in here. If I could get in this porta potty, I could do it real quick. Because that's like more safe than just doing it outside in the public. See this? That ain't nothing but God. Right there, right? Look up and you see a place where you can privately go in and just change real quick. And it's open. So I was about to change right outside. And it's clean because this is in the mechanic shop, boy. And I'm going right on the toilet. Hold on. Let me turn this around real quick. Yeah, I'm still here, but just give me a second. I don't want to get the channel taken. You know? I done did that a long time ago before. Make a mistake trying to change or something and you show too much on the YouTube and they take your channel. I don't know how long ago it was, but I think I did it before. You don't get no warning when stuff like that happen. They'll take your whole channel. Ain't no accidents. Ain't no warnings. Women could do what they want mostly on YouTube. Like, not like stuff like that, but like they have half naked and stuff like that. Bathing suit, whole butt out. They don't care about that. A man, nigga, you can't get dressed showing your butt, changing your clothes and all that. Oh man. I'm dropping everything. I'm probably gonna drop more change than this. Can't even see in this grass, yup, see? Belt in here. Everything I need to put it in these jeans now. That's why I like wearing sweatpants, man. These are a pair of sweatpants. It would be way better if I had jeans to wear for the last 3 days. Because you can't put nothing in sweatpants. You lose everything. I had to put everything in a separate bag. Oh, this stuff is leaking all out of here. Man. Oh, it's getting all in the bag too. Man. Hopefully it don't damage nothing. I just watched these jeans. And they dirty already. I don't know what this is I just got. Probably something that was on my belt. Man, all white jeans. This one like white jeans. It's definitely, yeah. I don't know what it is or something. Probably, guarantee you, Nancy, Grace, all of them connected, y'all. Ben Crump, all of them, they sit back and talk in private. It's like the Democrats and Republicans. They all work together. It seemed like all my quarters dropped. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like I had a lot more. Still got my little joint. Lecrae, you a fake ass Christian. Talking about you love Christ, but a friend of the world. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Don't let them false gods you worship be the reason why you burn. D1 claiming that he keeping it hip hop. He sell children books, but that's not in the Bible. You went to Nas concert and you made him an idol. Nobody ever sold scriptures outside of the word of the Bible. Satan got cast out of heaven for being like you. He wanted to be worshipped to God low with his IQ. The Holy Spirit not inside you. Father don't guide you. All they want to do is get attention like Kaj and Boom. Fake ass Christians, I don't never see them bear the fruit. They think it's a miracle if they get 1 million views. Yeah, I know that the beats is like, you gotta have a certain type of music to worship and sing to God, but for inspiration and edification, you could use anything to plant a seed. I use a 50 cent beat. That's what I did. The world is gonna hate the word. I don't know if I'm making comments or what. We check the chat filter. Whoever you is, smash that like button, gang. You just sitting there watching, smash that like button, man. Got all this detergent on the bottom of this. Crazy. Yeah, that's all over my keyboard, man. I'm supposed to be putting some more bets in on FanDuel and stuff like that. Lord willing, I hit on one of these bets. I can rent a car. I won't even need to buy another car. You can rent something that I would never drive for like a week, or see how much it costs for like a month. One of them Lamborghinis or Porsches. See how much it costs. Maybe like $1,000. Anything go wrong, they gonna fix it. It's a rental. Sometimes people do that. You DoorDash and, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do in that. Use your regular main car to just go to point A to point B. If you could afford it, you know what I'm saying? To get a rental car for like a month or a week, you gotta look into it. They used to have this place called Rent-A-Wreck up here where it was cheap to get rental cars. I don't know if they got that type of stuff around here no more. But if I could afford it, I probably would try to do that, because a V4 is going to save you a lot more on gas. So I got a V6. I'm spending a lot doing all this running around. I might have to try to look into that, man. Gotta work smarter. Fucking all this work. Hold on. Alright, I'm out, y'all. I'll come back a little later. Appreciate you. Smash the like. You